Hey, Pat McCardle here, back for a super exciting episode of Shop Talk. We got the all-new RZR XP, and we're going to be comparing it against the previous RZR XP 1000 with the top 5 upgrades that are coming. Item number 1, this platform has been completely rebuilt. Starting off with the chassis that you can't see, when you go from tip to tail in the bottom half, there's no joint in the middle like the RZR XP 1000 had. So stiffer chassis on this rig. Obviously the style is brand new. That's easy to see, right? Got a nice muscular front end on this thing. We've got doors coming all the way up to the top with seals on the bottom. You know, great coverage on this. And when you look at the front, you can see these nice brand new headlights and accent light, bringing that light right across the front. Whereas if you pan over to the RZR XP 1000, you see just those side lights that are turned on. You know, other cool things on the front end of this machine, we've got this integrated bull bumper that comes stock with every RZR XP. It's got these tie down points for trailering built right in. We got this cool strap for recovery, so if you ever need to, you know, help tow somebody out, you got a spot in the front to do that. And just like most other RZRs, super simple to remove grill, makes it easy to wash everything out and keep you out riding on the trail. All right, number 2, all about durability upgrades. So when you think back to the original RZR XP 1000, this sucker launched in 2013. So Polaris has literally taken the last decade of learnings and applied them to make the RZR XP that much better. So we talked a little bit about the chassis. Remember, this thing's about 25% stronger because it's a fully welded bottom half. When you get up to the top, this roll cage is actually quite awesome. You know, we got this extra tube in here to give some more structure to the front end, and you can see that we buried the joints down under the plastic. So if you were to want to ever color your cage, unlike the RZR XP 1000 where you always see this black joint here and then this one's a different color if you color the cage, you don't have that. All the joints are hidden all the way back. Overall, super stylish cage, but a lot stronger as we move on to the new RZR XP. You know, with some of these upgrades as well comes some better ride and handling due to the stiffness of the chassis and cage structure as a whole. All right, so number 3, all about in-cab comfort and ergonomics. So the first thing I want you to notice is where my right hand is. Door handle's in a new location. So pop that off, front hinge door. Really easy to get in, but a little different than maybe what you're used to. These seats, I cannot say enough about how good these things are. They hug you when you're in. All day comfort is sky high compared to the old RZR XP 1000. And if you got one of the upper trims, these new belts actually have a new webbing material that makes adjustment way easier than what it was previously. So that's a huge upgrade as well. Now, I'm gonna jump in here. Some of the other nice things you get, there's actually a handle on the inside of the door so you keep your hand clean when you shut that thing. Passenger grab handle, flip the bottom down, you can infinitely adjust this thing. One of the other cool things about it is if you pop the pin out, you can actually remove the mount for it. It'll come right out and you've got a built-in hex key that you can actually adjust your lug nuts or, you know, crack and loose for swapping a tire. So pretty sweet feature there as well. Other things from the driver's side, the steering wheel's in a nicer place, so it's kind of been pulled down and back from some of the learnings we've had on other RZR models. You've still got a glove box on the passenger side that's pretty big, but one of the cool ones here is these upper storage bins that are on both sides for driver and passenger. So you can actually lift it up for one spot, you can go all the way up if you don't have a windshield. Gives you a nice little spot, you can drop your cell phone, throw a couple small things in like a pair of gloves, and they got a magnetic latch so they're super easy to use. One other thing that you guys maybe can't see is the all-new floor on this rig. So on the passenger side, I've got lots of different spots I can put my legs, which actually makes it really nice for all day because I can kind of move around so I don't get sore on the bottom half of my body if I'm riding for hours, riding shotgun. On the driver's side, it's a new dead pedal as well. You know, a couple different spots for your left foot to go, maybe a little different than what you're used to, but I actually end up liking it because I got the flexibility to be able to move that leg around as I drive. So overall, you know, all new dash layout. You know, if you get the upper level trim on the Ultimate here, you get ride command, different gauges on the others, but you do also get some backlight switches here and a sealed key, which makes for a great setup on the interior and factory audio built right in. So overall, cockpit comfort ergonomics, number 3 is phenomenal on the new RZR XP. I can't say enough about it. All right, so number 4, all about the retuned suspension. So let's take a look back at the RZR XP 1000. What did we have here? We had 2-inch shocks in the front, 2.5s in the back, needle technology, you know, mainspring with a tender, kind of that classic dual rate setup that we've had for a long time. You know, overall, We've actually maintained the dimensions of the vehicle. Travel, shock technology is very much the same, but the guys have gone back in and completely retuned these things for a better trail experience. So we've gone to the triple rate setup, 1, 2, 3 springs, just like we've done on the Pro XP. Better able to handle weight. So if you load this up with accessories, rear cargo, it's gonna be able to not squat down. You're gonna maintain ground clearance better. We've retuned the valving in the shocks. You know, originally the RZR XP was really set up for kind of those wide open desert, big whoop type terrains. The RZR XP is much better tuned for trail use. So it's a lot more comfortable, more plush. And when you look back in this rear wheel, you'll actually see we've gone to a single piston caliper in the back. So we've actually got better bias toward the front of the brakes now. So when you load this thing into a corner, you hit the brakes, slow down and turn the wheel, it actually is super neutral in the handling. So you're gonna turn the wheel and just hold it and you'll carve right through the corner on this thing. It is fantastic. You get into some light chatter bumps. Really, this thing is optimized for those trail conditions where the RZR XP 1000 was originally tuned for those wide open desert and dune type terrains. This thing will do great in all of them, but again, way more tailored to what people are using these for more, which is trail conditions around the world. All right, so moving on to number 5. Last but not least, all about power and getting that power out to the wheels. So I popped the box off the back of this unit, 4 simple screws, and here's what we got. A brand new ProStar Gen 2, making 114 horse, so a little bit of power bump there. Did that with a higher compression ratio. Some of the internals are a bit different. Overall displacement, still 1,000. As we look down and keep going back, we've got an all new intake. We've got an all new exhaust. You guys can probably see the, slash cut tip coming out the top of this pipe in the back. Looks a lot better. Actually sounds pretty cool too. Underneath the clutch cover here, while you're back there, we've got all new clutches and belt. So this thing shares a big upgrade in that side as well. We've got the 1186 belt, bigger clutches, shared from some other technology that we've had on upgrades there. Shafts are upgraded, bigger splines, prop shafts all new, front drives isolated. I mean, when you look at this under the skin, driveline is all new, even though it shares a similar underlying topology. So that was your top 5 things that are really all about the upgrades we did on the new RZR XP versus the RZR XP 1000. Be sure you watch the other videos because they're gonna go into way more depth and even cover some things we didn't touch on this one. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more. We'll see you next time.